46, 46, about to go down.
We now tune in to Outside the Round Table with your host.
I'm lined up, Chief. I'm lined up right here, good?
Yep.
You can play that a little louder. And then the day we end, we're gonna play it louder too. Oh man, welcome to Outside the Round Table. Good afternoon, good afternoon. Welcome to Outside the Round Table. I'm your host, H.L. Seiler. And like we do it each and every week before each and every show, I like to take a moment of silence for over 500,000 people lost to this pandemic. So could you join me in a moment of silence for our loved ones? For 500,000 of our loved ones lost during this pandemic. Can you join me for a moment of silence, please? Thank you very much. Also, I'd like to send a shout out to the real heroes and sheroes of this pandemic, and that being our healthcare workers and our first responders. Our first responders, period, but our healthcare workers especially. So having said that, everybody ready? I said, is everybody ready? Because we got a good show today. So let's get to it. The new phone number is 386-868-0635. I was wondering why I wasn't getting no calls the last couple of weeks. And phone lines were working sometimes they wasn't working. Well, we got a number where it's never busy. And this is over 20 people calling at the same time. So you got 386-868-0635 is the new number. Take that number down. You never get a busy signal again. So now, y'all know me. I have my own distinct take on a lot of things. So is it me? I want to know today. Is it me, or does it seem that 200 people being charged thus far among all the thousands of people we saw attacking our capital? Does that seem like a slap on the wrist, or does that seem non-urgent to this country? I mean, does it seem like that to you? Because that would have seemed like to me. I don't know about the rest of the audience, but I know it seemed like to me, 200 people. Are you kidding me? Y'all haven't charged for 200 people? You gotta be kidding me. I'm serious, you gotta be kidding me. We had an attempted coup. Listen to me, we had an attempted coup. Those people invaded our capital to do harm to our lawmakers. Those people killed police. Those people maim police. A lot of people that would be outraged about black people complaining about being shot in the back. And what did Chuck Joy the police do? Where all y'all at? I hear crickets. All we were simply saying was, please stop killing us for nothing. That's all we were saying. And it was like we in shortage on. You got mad, it came out. It was like, the police do a tough job, and police and Blue Lives Matter and all that. Lives Matter now. I still have yet to see one police agency come out and condemn what happened on January 6th. But when Black Lives Matter was protesting this summer, peacefully, I might add, some kind of way you felt that we was insulting the police by saying to stop shooters in the back. Here it is on national TV in real time, played out in front of millions of people. We saw a mob that actually attacked the police and killed them and all that, and maimed them in real time. Are you kidding me? Had a black group of people attempted that. First of all, they'd been mowed down. Let's face it. That soft-handed response, when I saw that soft-handed response, it was like I was watching a movie. I said, this can't be real. This can't be real, not when they got black people scared to talk back to the police. I see people assaulting the police, punching the police, swinging on the police, squeezing the police in the door. Every person that touched the police should have went to jail. I might add. Because guess what? Had they been black, and I keep saying this ad nauseum, and I'm going to continue to say it ad nauseum because it's the truth. Had that group been black, it'd been gunned down. The ones that got away would have been hunted down like dogs. It'd been all in our neighborhood, every black neighborhood in America, kicking the doors in. They had every picture, every possible picture of every possible person on TV ad nauseum with rewards. Which would have been rightfully so, which would have been rightfully so. Don't get it twisted. Those are treasonous. And I don't care if you're black, orange, green, or yellow. If you're a treasonous, is a treasonous. Because I'm for America. I ain't for no one person. I ain't for no one race. I'm for America. And that's what we all should be about. But if I tell you my complaints, and I point out to you the inequities and the systematic racism that goes on, and I point out to you out in your face, and you choose to ignore what I'm telling you, you're just as guilty. Huh? You're just as guilty. Because what you would be saying is, you putting tribalism over Americanism. Because that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. And when I say tribalism, just because he's a white man. You know you wouldn't let Obama did none of this. And then you ask why we bring it up. We bring it up because it's like right there in your face, and you act like you don't see it. So we bring it up because we want you to know. If you urinate on my foot, I'm gonna tell you, hey, you urinating on my foot, and I'm gonna move my foot and tell you you're urinating on my foot. Same thing. There's always we complaining when we telling you what you're doing to us. That's unfair. That's complaining. Yo, I think it's fair. I point out things that I see that happen to a certain race 1 minute, and then when the same exact thing happens to the other race, it's handled different by this country. I see it with my own eyes. And let me say something to the Republican Party, and more so to the American people. I'm off script right now, but I gotta say this. You got Liz Cheney, you got Adam Kinzinger, and that Republican part of the wing. And then you got Ted Cruz, Calhoun Calhoun Cruz. You got Josh Hardy. You got all them guys who smart, but they're using their position to prey on people because they see that's what the new trend is. To give out a bunch of disinformation to get one segment of the population. And you try to milk them dry. New con game. My white brothers and sisters, please wake up. They're keeping y'all riled up so they can loot your pockets. Donald Trump, $250 million. He don't create a fund talking about to help stop the steal. But if you look at fine print, at the fine print, he can use that money however he see fit, including for his personal gains. Are you kidding me? If that was a regular citizen doing something like that, y'all say fraud and put him in jail. See, this the caste system that we talk about constantly with this country. If a little black guy on the street, oh, he's a little hustler. If a little white guy on the street selling something, he's a little entrepreneur. You always want to equate different things in the same scenario depending on what color you are. Those people that attacked the White House, but they came and tell me 5 things they did for you during the term, during this 4-year term, that will make you want to go and do what you did on January 6th. Huh? I bet you can't give me 5 things. But yeah, you willing to go out there and enrich your life and your liberty and your freedom. Because we call that in the hood a wind up. Because y'all let him be a wind up for y'all. Wind y'all up in the back. Remember the little toy you had, you twist them in the back and then they go. That's what Trump doing. He winding y'all up. He getting y'all money. Putting you in harm's way. Putting you in fear of jail time. All for his own personal gain. I'll fight harder for you than Trump would. We're all Americans. Stop letting this man divide us because you see he ain't loyal to nobody. He ain't loyal to nobody but himself. So how would you want to be loyal to a man who ain't got the same amount of loyalty back towards you? Are you kidding me? Ask Mike Pence. Ask sycophant Mike Pence. When you see sycophant in the dictionary, you see a big old smiling face of Mike Pence. And he was Trump's biggest sycophant, biggest butt kisser. Just another supposed to be upper class word for butt kisser, said in a nice way, that they used in Washington. Sycophant. What's in the hood? We know they're a butt kisser. And you see what Trump did for him, don't you? Had him going down there talking about hang Pence. How ironic that would have been if they'd have hung Pence. Trump being a sycophant. If he gonna have him go kill and turn on his #1 man, you know he'll turn on you. If I see a man turn on his #1 man, I might have second, third, and fourth thoughts about that man. Are you kidding me? Before I forget, my mother is going up to for surgery today, Hazel Seiler. And Mom, soon as the show, I'll be there. For you to kick me out the room, I already know what's going to happen, but I'll be there. So just hold on. Had your surgery this morning, I guess. And soon as the show, I'll be there. Anyway, I digress. So everybody say a prayer for my mom. Hazel Silent. Okay, but I digress. And I guess I would like to know today, is it me or does it seem we're witnessing a double standard with the justice system? That's what I want to know today. 386-868-0635. I want to know, are we witnessing in real time two-class systems of justice in real time? We just saw how peaceful protests there was a lot of blacks, but there was a lot of white people too. I got to give them their props. But we seen a peaceful protest of Black Lives Matter and during the George Floyd situation. We saw right-wing agitators that infiltrated those marches in order to cast aspersions on the intent of those marches. We watched that. And then we watched the mob, we watched the police rough them up. We watched them tear gas. We watched even the president use the army or the National Guard, whoever that was, he used to clear peaceful protests out with tear gas and then come out and hold the Bible upside down. We witnessed all that shenanigans. We witnessed all that heavy-handed military show of force just for peaceful protesters. Overkill. Again, when we watched a serious white mob lose their mind, we saw a soft-handed approach. 200 people. But out of all those people, you mean to tell me y'all ain't trying for 200 people? Are y'all kidding me? Y'all think we crazy? You know, I thought we had kind of got past this, but I'm so glad we had Donald Trump. Because you know what Donald Trump did? He cut the light on so we could see all the roaches that was around in the dark. Huh? We had a house and we thought we didn't have that many roaches in it. And you mess around and cut the light on and say, oh, Lord, I gotta go call the exterminator first thing in the morning. Huh? Same thing. Same thing. And listen, I'm about to give you HL take on this whole matter. Because I like to stimulate conversation while assimilating information. Y'all know that. You know, this show ain't called Outside the Round Table for nothing. I'm going to go places where maybe they ain't going to go. I'm going to say things that maybe they ain't going to say. I ain't talking about no cuss word. I'm talking about politics. Huh? I'm going to say things they ain't going to say. I'm going to ask my audience to look at things that they don't want you to see. But before I say another word, please understand, everybody. This is H.L. Seiler View. Not Joy 106.3 FM, Daytona's favorite gospel station. Not to mention my favorite gospel station. So anybody who feels different about what I'm about to say, feel free. Call in. Remember, this show is for anybody. I mean, anybody. To call in and get their views and their point of view on how they feel about how they see life through their own eyes. The more different views, the better. And like I said, 386-868-0635. So here's how I'm feeling about what I see. About what I see. I see an affront on our basic court government. Huh? That's what I see. I see a group of people who are using the Republicans. I see a group of people, the Republicans, aka Republicans, using another group of people to Trump worshippers. Using another group of people who have no intention of helping, but just using them as a wedge to insulate themselves while they assault the very fabric of our government and rob our pillars while we're out here fighting among ourselves. Robbing our pillars of government. I see a group of politicians who only have their own self-interest in mind once they reach Washington. Now, that's what I see. I could be wrong, and it don't matter if I'm wrong. You can call in and be wrong or right, it don't matter. I want to hear what you got to say. Because how can the Republicans, because listen, how can the Republicans use reconciliation to pass a $2.3 trillion tax cut for the top 1% of the richest people in this country, and then turn around and try to block or attempt to block a bill that's 1.9, 400 billion less. Trying to block a $1.9 trillion bill to help people survive during the most deadliest pandemic since mankind. Are you kidding me? Most deadliest pandemic since mankind. You had no problem with getting the richest 1% of this country a $2.3 trillion tax cut, which is $400 billion more than the money that we need now. Which I say ain't enough anyway. But that's another show. That ain't enough anyway. But by the time we get it, shoot, see, like keep parading around, man. You don't go on, man, Joe Biden, you don't go on send money and stop trying to parade around for like a political trophy, man. People out there dying of hunger right now, starving right now. Anybody got no time for you to keep waiting on you're gonna pass this bill next week, and then the Senate gonna listen. ASAP, stop playing. I told y'all about old Joe. Don't get me started on Claiborne and Joe them. I digress, y'all. Don't get me started. You got a Republican Party that's censoring members of their own party for standing up for what's right. Where they do that at? Are you kidding me? We should be censoring them and condemning them for even having the gall and the nerves to even talk about censoring somebody for doing the right thing. And the representative, the head of Washington State Republican Party, we don't send them there to vote their conscience. We don't send them there to do what's right. I told y'all, these people don't became so emboldened till they give us the game plan. I told y'all that was the game plan. I told y'all that why Trump was so mad, because he cheated and still lost. Cause ain't nobody voted. Ain't no 74 million people voted for Donald Trump. I don't care what nobody say. You ain't gonna do me like that. My American people, I got more confidence in my American people. I know they 74 million eligible voters voted for Donald Trump. He cheated. But ain't nobody saying nothing about that. He can't have the 74 million. How about the fact that he got 74 million, but if we go investigate all the states that he won, and the ones that he was in that was close and all that, boy, I bet there was so much cheating going on. The Republicans, tell you, they know what the Republicans. Y'all know I'm on to you, because Trump gave out the whole game plan. He said it ain't about how many votes you get; it's about who counting the votes. That's what he said. Don't get mad at me. That's what Trump said out of his own mouth. That's what Trump said out of his own mouth. Don't get mad at me. Trump said it ain't about how many votes, it's who counting the votes. So what that tell you? I know what it tells me. I know what it tells me. But listen, why, and this is why I tell you the media is complicit, why when They first said the Republican Party first said they were going to censor Liz Cheney. Why didn't all the media, and all the Democrats and all the Republicans come out and condemn that group of Republicans that was in the state of Texas? Why did he come out and go after that, and go after whoever, whatever state, whatever head of the Republican Party, whatever segment of the country they're in? Why didn't the whole nation step up and say, how can you condemn somebody? How can you censor somebody for doing the right thing, and censor them for even thinking like that, for even trying to use our government for those type of purposes? And this is why I'm saying we as people, we complicit too, because when we see this misbehavior, or we see malfeasance going on, we're supposed to step up and say something as a collective whole. But we got all this tribalism, and that's what's going to be the downfall of our country. Because 50 years from now, when we're in the trench fighting together, you're going to be out, man, I wish I would have got to know you before then. You seem like a good guy, man. We don't been through so much. Last 4 or 5 years fighting this endless war. That's what it's going to be. If we don't start loving one another, if we don't do away with this campaign of misinformation, that's what they call it. I call it the campaign of lies. Misinformation. What is that? It's a lie. They always want to sanitize and find all these nice ways to bring these people up on who's out here doing this outrageous behavior. When you're doing outrageous behavior, you put some outrageous words with it. They lying. Donald Trump lying right now. When you go to CPAC, he gonna be lying. Nobody gonna check him on it. And let me say something to my Republican friends, especially my Republican friends in Congress. I'm gonna work with you. You ain't even acknowledge that we won the election fair and square. So why I'm gonna work with you? And let me ask you another question to my audience. If you was at the job and you had a company and you was making good money, and some of the guys that work for you tried to backdoor you and take your company from underneath you, and when y'all at the shareholders meeting, he stood up for the other side and told a big old lie and all that about this and that and this, like Cruz did. Would you let him still be part of your company once you won and get the company and you got the vote of approval from the board and you took the company back? Would you want him to still be working with you? That's common sense. Why is Cruz and Holly why is there not a movement to expel Cruz and Holly? I talk about Cruz ad nauseum. And guess what he do over the weekend? He fly to Cancun and allow his daughter. I told you he's a piece of you know what. Now let me get this right about Mr. Cruz. I don't want to get it right. Let me get this right. You let Donald Trump call your wife ugly. Listen to me, y'all. Ted, I'm talking to you. You let Donald Trump call your wife ugly, right? Then you let him turn right around and allow your dead daddy, Ted. Your dead daddy. You know, people jump on you in school and class and all that when you talk about their dead daddy or their dead mama, man. Nobody would have blamed you the first time you saw him in a committee meeting or anything. You went on and bopped him upside the head. You know, I had a little respect for you. But now, it was bad enough he did all that and went and stood in front on the Senate floor and tried to say the election was rigged, man, when you knew better, just to placate Trump. But now you're lying on your own child. Man, you got to be removed. You got to be removed. Or you got to be kicked out of every committee, and the news need to stop putting you on TV. All you want to do is be on TV. He ain't doing nothing for the people. You see what he did? Jump on a plane, go to Cancun. Him and I, and the kids. Talking about they ain't gonna change around all them just start around. Oh, I rode with it. How they going with the knees in the ride for? I could understand you say, well, I'm gonna send my wife and kid. Go ahead and do that. Then I could have gave you a pass. Even though my wife and kid would have stayed right there with me. If I'm gonna go through it, they're gonna go through it right with me. Nobody go to Cancun, to everybody go to Cancun. That's how we roll. But anyway, you said then when you get the backlash, you talk, oh, I flew them there, They ain't need you to fly them nowhere. You ain't gonna stand for their honor no way. Coward. I know I'm supposed to be calling, but you know what? It calls for that. It calls for that kind of talk right now. Because everybody want to be more concerned about what you're saying and how you're saying it than what they're doing and how they're doing it. Are you kidding me? Listen, even when they tried to censor the rest of the Republican Party was supposed to stand up. And these people are scared of this man. Plus, he'll tell you what kind of dirt he got on some of these people. But what I'm telling you is, and I'm telling everybody right now, this man is a danger to this country. And let's hope all these legal actions that's coming up pertaining to former President Trump, let's hope that the people listening to all the evidence do the right thing. Let's hope the people that's listening to the evidence do the right thing. Because we all know that the Republicans in the Senate get no respect from me at all. Get no respect from me at all. Because what they told me was, their lives matter more than mine. That's what they told me. Because how can Republicans use reconciliation to pass a tax cut for the 1% of richest people in the country, then turn around, man, and block an attempt, or try to attempt to block a $1.9 million relief package? I call it a survival package. Because by the time you get that 1.9 to us, the states and everything, that money gonna go straight down the drain because it's overdue. And it's time for another. But no, Biden, you want to parade around when you know you got to use reconciliation anyway. So why are you playing these games, acting as if you want to get along with the Republicans? Let me say something, dear sir. Because I knew what you was going to do. Because I didn't like the way they did Bernie anyway. But I ain't trying to digress. Let me speak directly to you. People out here hurting. You ain't showing no sense of urgency. Bruh. You ain't showing no sense of urgency. Going on TV, telling my people hurting. I don't even see the urgency in your voice. I just hear words coming out your mouth. Kamala Harris don't win AWOL or radio silence or whatever, she don't win. We're supposed to be happy because we back to normal, because we ain't got a madman over the nuclear codes. Once again, we're at the bottom of the line, we're at the back of the line when it comes to getting the vaccine. with the back of the line when it comes to voting. They stand in line for hours and hours just to vote for somebody who, once you get in office, act like you don't even know us. So y'all even gonna do that? You're so concerned in your first 2 or 3 weeks of getting along with the Republicans. You're more concerned about in your first 2 or 3 weeks of seeing that you being bipartisan than dealing with the urgent need of the people that stood out the pandemic for hours and voted for you to get you in office. I'm so sick of black people, my people, allowing our votes not to matter. Not only our lives don't matter, our votes don't matter. But here it is, we don't elect this man, and we still ain't got no relief. Where are our leaders? Can somebody tell me that? Where are our leaders? Where are the people out there saying, hey, y'all need to speed this up? Hey, people out here hurting. Stop showing stuff without showing the people that's hurting out here in the streets. Stop talking about what they're arguing about, which to me is a shame. You actually got people that's in these positions of power, that's in these positions of trust, that are in these positions to help people, using those positions and power solely for their own personal benefit. That's what has happened to these politicians in Washington. We can stand in line and vote, but if there's no parameters put in place to curtail or to eliminate all the malfeasance that's going on in Washington, yeah, we doomed. I'm just being honest with you. You get mad at me all you want. I'm like Paul Revere. I'm trying to sound the alarm. I'm trying to sound the alarm. That's all I'm trying to do. Here it is. You got DeSantis. He's taking the vaccine to his own personal distribution points and sending them to all the people who voted for him and all his friends. But nobody saying nothing. Ain't nobody doing nothing. That's illegal. That's illegal. So what I'm trying to tell everybody is, we got to hit a break. What I'm trying to tell everybody is, listen, these people are playing games with us. And when we get back on the break, I'll finish my thoughts. It's HL Silent outside the round table. Be right back. Okay, we back. We were talking about the urgency that it seems, two states of urgency. One urgency is the state of urgency on the COVID-19. See no urgency. And it just seems to me that on everything that's affiliated with getting help to the people, there's no urgency. I don't know about nobody else, but they had no problem nominating a Supreme Court justice right in the middle of a pandemic, right in the middle of an election. Right in the middle of an election. They did that with, you see the speed they did that with? Anybody remember that? this last Supreme Court justice that they confirmed, nominated, confirmed, and appointed and all that, right in the middle of the pandemic, we just about left, right during the election, during the month that we were voting, the early voting period. That was during the early voting period. Y'all remember that? See how quick that was? So what the urgency in getting help to the people? Y'all keep booting around like it's some kind of political football. People's lives are at stake. I don't think y'all realize that. I want to think you got more sense, Mr. Biden, President Biden. I want to think you got more sense than to be occupying your thoughts and your moves to parallel what the Republicans try to do, or try to bring the Republicans along. Do you forget these same people that got us in this mess? Are you kidding me? Okay, if you want to get along with the Republicans, you got 4 years. Now's the time, Joe. Now's the time. We need vaccines, and we need them in the black community, Joe. We down 3-4 times faster than everybody. Now we in the back of the line again? Seriously? We in the back of the line again? They still killing their kids? They ain't putting that on TV no more. We still got kids signing with Clemson and all these. Listen, there needs to be a college player union. So there needs to be antitrust laws, class action lawsuits against the NCAA. I think I'm gonna be one in. We need, I'm talking about minorities, period. I'm talking about people making $100,000 on down, man. We are all the same boat. Guess what? We paying the most in the taxes, and when we need it, we get less. We get less. And I know I'm all over the place. I'm all over the place because there's so much going on, and I'm trying to touch on so many different things that maybe somebody might grab one of the different things I'm saying and run with it. Because this country is turning into a plutocracy, if it hasn't already. And everybody playing games with our lives, and nobody telling us the truth. Everybody in it for what they can get, for the most part. Not everybody, for the most part. And until we, as a segment of people, come together and realize that we've been fleeced, and get together and start organizing. Because as long as they got us disorganized, they got us. Huh? As long as they got us disorganized, they got us. They're taking our money and using our money for their own personal benefits on the sly. There should be 9/11 investigations going into every part of what went on January 6th. why the intel wasn't there in time, which I knew it was, until they could find out everybody involved. If we don't do that, then how y'all gonna justify coming in our neighborhood and arresting our kids for these little petty drug charges? How we gonna justify you jumping on our kids for walking down the street, minding their own business, and then holding down where you can't breathe? How you gonna justify jumping out in the car and shooting at kids in less than 2 seconds? See, it's time for black people to look themselves in the mirror. I don't care about you getting mad at me. I don't care about you getting mad at me. Because guess what? I'm disappointed in my people. I'm disappointed in America, but I'm disappointed in my people. I love my people and I love America, but I can be disappointed. Just like you be disappointed in your kids and disappointed in your friends. You can be disappointed in your family too. This is my family. America, my family. And black people, my family. White people, my family. I'm disappointed. I thought we had got past all this. It's almost like you got rich people that can make so much money, got so much money, they're bored, they ain't got nothing to do. I think I'll start something between them and entertain myself. Listen, I ain't no sheep. And don't you be no sheep. Don't be satisfied with your lot in life. Want more. We always think that it can't be with one barber, or it can't be with one yard man, or it can't be with one plumber, or it can't be. We can have a whole bunch of them and still make money. Be good at what you do. You can work on anything and anywhere, in any place. Don't put mental barriers on you. But what you want and what you demand is there's a level playing field, and if you're good enough, you can achieve. Huh? That's all we ask. Ain't nobody asking for no handout. All I'm asking for is a hand. Not a handout. You lot of these young couples, give them grants, make some grants available to young couples to start their own little mom and pop stores. Make grants for these guys working in these lawn services to start their own lawn companies. Make grants for guys who cutting people hair to get money where they get their own barbershop. Spread it out some. There's enough money to be made doing all kind of things. You ain't got to be the legal way all the time, but also the government got to try to reach out and give our kids opportunities. We should have golf courses made available to our kids. We got like a golf academy where if a kid want to play golf, he can play golf all coming up. Same thing with tennis. Same thing with soccer. Same thing with all these sports that's played around the world that America ain't emphasizing on, because you know why they're not emphasizing on? Because they already know that we're going to dominate, the African Americans and the minorities going to dominate them sports. But we're Americans, so open them opportunities up for us. There should be after school programs. Teach kids how to work on these cars. You know, electronic. It should be all types of programs in place so these kids gonna be hanging out around the corner selling dope. But what you gonna do when you ain't got no job and you see easy money? What you gonna do? Broke man go for anything. Come on up with that, Chief. You can find ways to bring guns in our neighborhood. There you go. You find ways to bring guns in our neighborhood. You can find ways to bring dope in our neighborhood. Because everybody know we ain't got no ships. We ain't got no ships. Y'all making money on us bringing it in, and you're making money locking us up. It'd be just as easy for you to make programs for our kids so they can go out here and be the productive citizens we all want for our kids. But yeah, you harp on sitting in the DA and the Department of Florida Law Enforcement, whatever, FDL, whatever you call it, all the agencies that don't infiltrate the black neighborhood all the time. I don't see y'all infiltrating on the beach side. I don't see y'all infiltrating out on the west side. I don't see y'all infiltrating on Wall Street. I don't see y'all infiltrating in Washington. I just see this oversaturated effort to lock black men up. This is why it's time for us to demand that change occur. Because if we don't, the black men gonna be we're already an endangered species. We're already an endangered species. And we've been endangered ever since day one when they brought us here. Now you got the black women marrying the white men now, so I'm not against that, but I see a whole trend. Because there ain't no black men to marry, they gotta marry somebody. They ain't doing that because they want to marry a white man, they're doing it because they want to be happy. And they can't be happy, they gotta have a man. Black man, white man, green man, yellow man, they need a man. And when you're locking up all the black men, they gotta go somewhere. This is what I'm talking about, the root cause. We gotta start sending black men to college instead of prison. We gotta start making opportunities out there for everybody. And not focusing in on sending people to incarcerating, sending people and making money off this industrial prison complex that they seem to be thriving on solely in our community. It's gonna be time in a minute for us to get the little blackout going on, 21, 22, 22, 23. You know, we got to get John Legend and LeBron and all the big names got to get on board. And we got to say, listen, we're going to give y'all a year or two to clean this thing up and get this thing right. We need to see the books. And the kids need to start getting some of the money to ride off their backs. Plain and simple. New time. Everybody getting paid, but the kids just playing the game. That got to stop. We got to bring home, we got to have motivational tools put in place for our kids to go off to college, these universities, and come back with degrees. Come back with degrees. You want to make the black community healthier? Help us graduate our kids. That'll help. That will help. So listen, I want to thank everybody for all the emails. And we're going to keep trying to do what we do. I want everybody to realize that this pandemic is not over. So continue to wear your mask. And I love everybody. And until next Tuesday at noon, you go and put that sandwich down. It's time to go back to work. It's your boy HL. I'm out! What again? I think you just do this, don't you?
You're recording.